Today I thought I'd cover my experience on Facebook ads. We've all seen these ads on Facebook, right? Down in the corner here, the sponsored ads here. They give you a little bit of a title. They allow you to have a link. They allow you to have a photo, and these photos are about 70 pixels by 100 pixels wide. And then you have so many characters that you can put for text. So let's go through the process of how to create an ad. So all you have to do here to start is just hit this create an ad button above any of the sponsored ad areas. Okay, this will bring you up a page called Advertise on Facebook, and the default will be if you have a page on Facebook like I have, Comical Captions Creator, it'll default to that. You can also specify an external URL if you want to enter your GCU store name, and then you just type in the URL for that. Then you can put in a title for the ad that you want to do, and then you have 135 characters to enter for the text for the ad. If you want to have your own image that we talked about, in the basically this format here, you can make it square or rectangular. It ends up at 70 pixels tall, so you can make it probably any 140 tall or 280 tall, and then they'll shrink it down, but try to get that proportionality quite right. And then any text you type into the body here will show up here, so you can kind of preview your ad. So anyway, I've designed one for Father's Day. Let me fill in all this, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I filled in the information. I put in my Greeting Card Universe store URL up here. I've had the title of the caption, Comical Captions Greeting Cards, because I want to mention that they're funny greeting cards, but you can have whatever else you want in there. I typed in the body. In this case, I'm doing a Father's Day ad to sell my funny Father's Day greeting cards, so I thought it was important to, kind of put a picture of a goofy dad, says, no one loves me, and then ask if it's your dad, so you kind of have some kind of a teaser image that'll kind of draw their eyes. Then I stated the date, so they know when it's coming up, Father's Day. Send him a smile and a laugh to show you care for him. Husbands too. Large selection sent the next day. And $3 plus stamp. And it looks like I spelled sent wrong, so I just changed that, and it'll instantly show up as a fix down here, hopefully. There it is. Okay, so the next section here is called targeting. So this is where we get to pick where do we want to send it. Now my experience has been United States works best, but you can also specify a state or a city and have it much more targeted. But I'm going to just go with the United States. You can also specify other countries, I believe. Enter a country there. And then you can specify the demographics. Now every time you change this, it tells you over here in the corner how many people you're actually targeting. So for instance, if I change the age from 30 up, it'll probably make this number go down. See? So the idea is you want to be conscious of the size of the grouping that you're going to be targeting. Obviously you want to try to get it as specific as possible. So like in my case, I'll do from the earliest age here, 13, because there's a lot of kids on here. And there's probably nobody older than, I don't know, what would you say, 50, sending Father's Day cards to their dad. So we'll see what this comes up. Okay, 139 million people. And do I want to target men or women? Let me see if what happens if I just target women, because they tend to be the most of the card senders. Yeah, 75. So I'm going to do that. Put it at 75. You can put in the likes and dislikes. So, if you were targeting like just last week or this week, I actually targeted nurses for Nurses Day. So I had all the keywords for nurse, nursing, nursing school, that kind of thing in there. For Father's Day, you probably don't need anything like that. Yeah, I'm not sure what this connections on Facebook. Oh, these are people that I want to maybe restrict it to that might be in my, let's see what they actually say here. You can use this section to target people connected to your pages or events or groups. Okay, so that kind of makes sense if you have like a seminar going on or something like an NBA tournament or something like that that you want to really kind of focus in on. You got demographics. You can target it based on their birthday, whether they're single, in a relationship, engaged, married. So anyway, you can tell, you can do some specific targeting here. Alright, so this next section here is the what they call a campaign pricing and schedule. Now my current campaign is called Soaring Gifts, so that's the one running, but I want to create a new campaign. So if you have one running, you want to create a new campaign. I'll call this one's Father's Day. I can specify a budget per day. Let's say it's I'm only going to do $3 since we've got quite a bit of time between now and Father's Day. Campaign schedule, start today, basically as soon as they approve it. And they do have to go through and approve your ad. And then I'm just going to run my campaign continuously starting today. So I basically I could, if I wanted to have it only go for a week, I could specify the end date and it would automatically stop. If I keep this clicked, it'll just run until I stop it, basically. And you can pause your campaigns in the middle if they're not going so good, or if they don't, certain days like weekends don't apply or something, you can turn them on and off at will. And then you got your choice, so you can either pay by impressions, how many times they print the thing on the different pages on Facebook, or you can pay per click. So this is going to be what your bid is, and you can see the suggested bid in this particular case is 72 cents to $1.05. So you can specify, a pretty low number or a pretty high number. Obviously, the higher you bid, the more chances your ads are going to be placed. And for each time they get clicked, you'll be deducted some, this max bid amount up to that max bid amount. Now I've noticed when I initially did this, if I put like $1 as my max bid, I expected that each click was going to cost me $1. But in reality, you can get those clicks. They actually sell them to you cheaper. This is just your max bid, so sometimes you will get the clicks for even a third of what you put in there. So my experience has been to actually get it, put it right up there at the top of what they specify. See how it goes. You can always lower that down if it seems like you're paying too high for, within this range here. So if everything looks good, I can hit the review ad. We'll see what it comes up. Okay, so this is what they came up with for my ad in for review, and I actually had to shorten my title down to 25 characters, which is not so good because I had to chop it down to comical caption greeting. So I'm not sure why that has to be restricted like that, but that is. Let's see if they can let me put a few more characters in here. Here we go. Maybe I can do that. Nope, wouldn't take it. So when I'm done, I can hit place the order and it'll put it in a queue for review, and it'll take sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes an hour. I guess they have a review team because they kind of restrict what they put in for ads. And so it'll come up to this campaign page, which will be your normal page. You can tell I've got the new Father's Day campaign added. I've got 2 others that I've been running, Soaring Gifts and Nurses Day. And what you'll see is a note here, your ad was created successfully, and it'll start running once approved. And you can see the pending review as the status with my bid of $1.05 cost per click and some of the targeting information. And you can even do a review on profile, and it'll come up on my regular personal page, and there it is over in the corner. So that will look like what it'll look like when it's actually placed on the site. Okay, so you'll have your sample there, but if you really want to get to see all your ads, you actually got to go up to your news feed, which is your home button there. And over on the side here, there's a thing called Ads and Pages. So you click on that. That'll bring you back to your Campaign Manager page. So you can see my campaigns, campaign number. You can see my 3 campaigns going here. The one I just entered here hasn't started yet. But that's how you kind of navigate around. So I'll do another video talking about the results of these other 2 campaigns. The Nurses Day campaign, which you can see ran for about a week. $3 a day bid, ended up costing me $13. And then I had this other one, which is still ongoing, Soaring Gifts. I actually think I have that paused right now. Nope, it's active. And that's been ongoing, $6 a day, and it so far cost me $22. Then I got the one I just started, Father's Day. Start today, ongoing, $3 budget per day, remaining $3. So that's kind of how it all looks. And then up on top here, kind of tells you how much you've spent per day. So I've basically so far spent $9 each day for the last few days here. Just today so far it's $403, and or I should say this was yesterday. So anyway, thought I'd give you a little overview of how that's done. It's not too hard, and it's kind of fun, and I'll talk about my results in the next video. Okay, I just got a little email from Facebook saying that my ad's been approved. The little ad preview they put in the email is not the exact shape and size that they actually post on the site. I don't know why they don't make them consistent, but they don't. The other thing I want to mention that one of the first things they'll probably have you do once you do that, create an ad for the first time, is they'll make you go through and specify your credit card or your PayPal account so that they have a way of billing you. And I'm not sure what their timeline is. I think it's probably weekly, because I did already get one email saying that they billed my PayPal account for my first campaign, but I'm not quite sure of what their schedule is. But they're obviously need to be paid for what they're doing for us. So anyway, talk to you soon.